Well, thank you for coming, my guy.
No.
Appreciate you.
Of course.
So, cheers.
Cheers. I got water, but
There we go. Yeah, but thank you for coming over.
Of course.
So, all right, you guys. So, no, I normally don't do introductions, but I got my boy on here, Alex. He's actually a customer of mine for logo designing. So we're going to talk about that as well too. And he's a new business owner. So he just got into business. Been in business for probably about 3 years in what he's doing. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. Talk about everything that the successes and struggles of being in business. Everything that you do. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, any advice you may have for anybody and things like that. But let's tell the people, like, how did we connect first? Like, how did we first?
Definitely, yeah. So about 3 years ago, I was looking into getting a professional logo done. Okay. I had something done originally, and it came out all right, but I wasn't satisfied. So I had reached out to one of my buddies, Alvin, who's a painter, well-known painter in the Kendall, Miami area. Yeah. And I asked him if he knew anybody, and he actually recommended you. So he showed me your IG page. I went to it. I liked what I saw. Really did. I contacted you, and that's how we linked up.
Yeah, because it's been so long since I was trying to remember, and I was like, dang, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. Yeah, that's kind of why I asked you that. So so what do you do right now for like business? Like tell the people, like, what do you do in business right now? Like everything that you do.
Great. So I am the founder and the owner of a basketball academy named Vice City Basketball Academy. We deal with kids from the ages of 5 through 18 that are in elementary, middle, and high school. Okay. And we basically just show them how to play the game of basketball. Let them fall in love with the game, teach them the fundamentals, the skills. Nice. And we have a lot of upcoming projects that we are bringing out so that our clients, our student athletes can be able to enjoy.
Nice. So what made you, big question, what made you even say, what, I want to start my own company or get into, what made you really want to say move forward with your own thing?
Wow, that's a great question. And honestly, it was never in the back of my mind. Okay. I have always been somebody that's always been wanting to think outside the box. I've been in different ventures and I failed in a few things. Tried to do my own clothing company a couple times with shirts. Okay. Try to do some, pursue something else with music with a buddy of mine. Didn't turn out the way we wanted it. Okay. So then God had given me this vision one day of using my gifts, my talents of serving the community through the game of basketball that I love. I grew up playing basketball, played for my middle school, high school team. But I never knew that, never would have thought that I would start a basketball academy. But yeah, that's what led me to it, to help out the youth in the community. Nice.
I actually just started. It's so funny because I'm more of an artsy guy, but when you look at me, I look very athletic when it comes to like working out and stuff. But I just started like doing, I love like just for fun, like playing, whether it's football or basketball at the beach. I just started doing it. Volleyball is also another fun one that I love. Like I realized how fun it was when I went to like a friend's birthday, but that was great, man. So what high school did you go to? Because you went to high school down in Miami, right?
I did. I went to middle school. I went to McMillan Middle School, which is in Kendall. And not too far from there, I went to Ferguson High School, which is not too far from there.
Yeah. I went to Miami Palmetto, like I mentioned, Miami Palmetto Senior High. I went there for the last 2 years of high school because my first 2 years I actually went to like design, Design and Architecture Senior High. I'm not sure if you ever heard of it. Probably. It's a small school. It's near like Midtown in Miami, but it's an art school. People for like, so basically, it was basically like college for like middle school, not middle school, but like high school people. But it was all design based. So, long story short, I went there for like 9th and 10th grade, and then it was I actually didn't like it because at the time, everybody else that I knew, all my other friends were going to the design school was not a regular high school, and we didn't have a basketball team, football, all the normal things you would do at a regular high school was not at that school. Got it. But I ended up moving down south and I went to Miami Palmetto, loved it. The art school was only like 300-400 students. Then I go to Palmetto and it's like 1,200 something students. So it's a big difference and it's a normal, but I loved it, bro. I had a great time at Palmetto. Obviously did art, took AP art my last year. Like, who take AP art? Like, that's like right? Like, who takes AP art in
and I've never heard of it, but you know, you were meant for it. You were meant for it.
Yeah, but you've heard of like AP Math, like
of
advanced
course,
math, and then you got this guy over here, like
AP art. That's different. I learned something new today.
yeah, AP art, like advanced, and I literally used those credits. I had like 4 credits from doing that, and I use it in college. Like, who does that? So, but nah, man. So, when you started, when did you officially start the academy?
Okay. So I started in the year 2019. I actually checked the other day, and it was in August of 2019.
Okay.
Right before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So that's when I started it, and we've been going nonstop ever since. A lot of up and downs, you know, especially with the pandemic. You know,
So how did that impact you with it? Because it definitely, that was a big transition year for me. And actually saying, yo, I'm gonna go full, and I've experienced, you know, being a business, it was a big transition that year. So how did it happen from 2019 to 2020 pandemic jumping out to where it's like, damn. So how did that impact because you coach people outside, right? Like the students and the kids?
Yeah. So I don't have an indoor facility at the moment.
Okay.
That's been kind of my dream, the dream that God had given me. But right now we're not an indoor, we're outdoor still. But it did definitely impact me because, like I mentioned to you, it was never in the plans of starting my own business, especially with basketball, you know?
Yeah.
So I started off literally with 1 kid, and from 1 kid it grew to 2. That first year, I think I had about a good 8 to 10 kids, which to me is an amazing achievement, starting from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
But right when the pandemic hit, obviously they told the parks were closed where I would usually do my training.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients I no longer had communication with, or they didn't want to continue. So it did impact a lot.
Yeah, I remember that. You could barely, I mean, the only thing you can do is basically was like being in jail without going to jail. You only can go to the store, gas station, and home.
Yeah, with a mask.
It was ridiculous. It was that was great. And that year for me, right, was 2019. I was working for a company before the pandemic. Then 2020 happened. I was working for a company in Doral. I was a full-time graphic designer for the company. And as soon as the pandemic happened, we were say, we're going to do a 15-day, I forgot what they called it, but where they shut down everything.
Yeah. A shutdown.
Yeah, 15-day shutdown. But then as soon as that happened, the company I was working for, they said, business is slow. We got to temporarily let you go. I was still with them, but I wasn't getting paid. So they did. Yeah, I was temporarily let go and that went on for about a month and a half. It's like, how do you go a month and a half without any income? Or your main source cut off?
Difficult.
So that was a big transition year because I was still doing a lot of freelance work. So I was kind of preparing myself to exit the company. Getting everything ready, like the website, all that good stuff. But then right when I was let go from the company temporarily, the big transition happened for me was when I posted an advertisement video on Facebook and Instagram, and it took off. Like, meaning it was I got maybe in 1 week, and I got maybe 130 leads.
Really?
And it ran around the United States, and I was like, yo, this is because a lot of things happen with a lot of people between whether it's me, you, different businesses around the United States where people were either losing their jobs or getting cut back in hours.
Yeah.
So a lot of people started saying, hey, I need to focus on my side hustle, my side business. And what comes with that? I need a logo. I need all these visuals. So when people were on social media, they saw my ad, people started signing up. So that was a big transition for me because I was running ads before and it never really worked a certain way. Then I was like, let me try this one ad. And I recorded it and boom. And then after that, my company called me back after about a month and I went back. But then about a month later, I put in my 2-week notice and I was out of there because I kind of found the recipe and it was working, you know. You
capitalized on that.
Yeah, so I started making almost the same amount of money or more. But yeah, man, that was my big transition. So what are you doing today with your with the basketball academy?
Yeah, so today last month we actually secured our own private location.
Nice.
That we're renting out because I used to train at the parks, and a lot of the parks unfortunately don't allow you to train there, you know.
Okay, wow, I didn't really know that.
You know, or either they do, but there's already academies that have taken up the place, you know.
Okay.
So it was a lot of, just kind of going back and forth in different areas, and it was stressful, you know. Yeah. But last month I was able to secure our own location right there on 126 and Sunset Drive is where we're located now.
Nice.
It's been going great. The parents love the location, and I have one of my best friends is actually helping me out with the academy now that I'm paying him on on the side as a contractor with me, because the whole plan is to expand.
Nice.
And that's where we're at right now.
So if I'm coming in, I really don't know how to play basketball correctly. So you can train someone like me, or how do you train them, or is it more of like a fun sport, or do you actually?
No. It's literally skills training. We focus. I mean, if it's the first time you're coming, first practice is free for group sessions. Okay, for those kids. But if a kid doesn't know how to play, we teach them the fundamentals. We prepare them to start learning more and more, and add on more to that. And at the end of practice, we usually have in the group practices, we have a game that they get to play. So it's just really, walking through whatever skill level the kid's at, we go through with the process.
So you guys hear that? If you're a parent, if you have kids, if you're a teacher and the coach at the school, and you're looking for someone to train the students because whether they suck or they need to get better, or you got an old guy like me that's like, yo, my boy, I want to be the next Jordan. I'm not a miracle worker.
But I'll work with you.
Right? I'll work with you. I'll teach you something.
I'll teach you.
I can make you the best in your neighborhood, but I don't know if you're gonna win a championship. But it's like, hit my boy Alex up. He'll train you. Whether you have a kid. So how can people find you on social media? How can I find you? Like, yo, I wanna get coached by Alex. I'm looking for a coach. Definitely. I live in the South area. Like,
okay, great. Yeah, you guys, people can find us on most of the social media platforms.
Okay.
On Instagram, it's Vice City Basketball. You can find them. The same thing with our TikTok. We haven't really posted on TikTok just yet, but we are getting in the transition of getting more content there.
Nice.
Or they can even connect with us through our website, www.vicecitybasketball.com.
Okay.
And it's a nice looking website. It's very straight to the point, and you guys can find a lot more information there, find more information.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So I have a last question for you. I guess based on your beginning experience in business, is there any advice you have right now for anyone or anything in particular when it comes to whether being in business or anything like that? Any type of, say someone is like, yo, I want to, I'm thinking about getting into business. I want to do something with training. I'm a trainer, but I'm not sure if I want to get into it full time. Any advice for someone in that field, you would say?
No, definitely. I believe I will encourage anybody to pursue their dreams.
Okay.
If things align, I think it's important to understand that all of us have responsibilities,
Okay, yeah.
And I have a family now. I'm married. So I knew that my transition from wanting to pursue my own business, I'm not going to have all the clients in the beginning, right? It's a process. But definitely I pursued it knowing that I had a part-time job on the side that was going to pay me on the side, Yeah. So for anybody that's really wanting to pursue a business career, or just a business that they want to start in basketball, whatever it may be, definitely I would recommend people doing it. I think it's going to push you to learn a lot about yourself, learn a lot about the fields, and you might have some up and downs, but that's what comes with it. You have to be ready for it.
That's kind of like, now that you mentioned that, the good life, what I like about that, I was talking about it, I'm gonna post it, but the good life, I was saying the good life for me is doing what you want to do, but then also accepting everything that comes with it, the good and the bad, because you can't have the good life without, good doesn't exist really without the bad.
I agree with you.
So, but thank you so much, Alex, for being on the podcast episode. You guys definitely go and check them out for sure. So, like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. Salute.
Salute.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
Appreciate you.